We all have dreams and we all have goals. If you don't have dreams and goals, pause this video right now and write some out. Well, it all sounds great, right? We're going to tackle the steps we need to take to achieve our goal or to achieve our dream. But this week, I found out firsthand, like many weeks before, that sometimes you really start to lack motivation. This week, I usually film these solo videos on Mondays. And this Monday, I woke up in a foul mood. I was just like, negative Nancy, here I am, just not feeling right about life. So I was like, you know what? I'm done with it. I don't want to do solo video this week. I'm whatever. I decided to myself in the gym today that I said, no, let's get after it. Well, I used a few quick, easy steps. I know, list format on YouTube, very innovative. But I thought about a few things that could help you out if you're kind of in a slump to keep you motivated. This is going to be a quick video, super quick. Let's just share 5 steps to get you back after that dream and after that goal that when you succeed, it's going to be so worth it. My name is Gabriel Mark, and this is Download the Uplift. Okay, so number 1, let's just acknowledge our feelings. This happens to everybody. I don't care if you're Elon Musk, Mark Cuban, the greatest of all time, Tom Brady, or your neighbor next door. This happens to all of us. So what do? Okay, that's step number 1. We acknowledge the fact that, guess what? You're going to have these bummer, rut, unmotivated type days, right? I think a good tip for that is just give yourself permission to realize that, yo, we're all human. As much as social media or any kind of media or things that you might see, we all go through this. It's okay to have days off. Accepting that really can reduce stress and help kind of realize that you're not alone type mentality and help you keep moving forward. Okay, that's number 1, is just acknowledge your feelings. Number 2 is, as great as having these great, huge, massive dreams is, sometimes that can feel so overwhelming and so heavy that maybe it's time to do our second tip and just break down the tasks into smaller steps. So like if you look at a property that needs to be completely torn down, or maybe you're starting a new project at home, or maybe you're chasing like an Uber goal, like Uber sometimes does quests, like you got to do 50 rides to get a bonus, right? Instead of doing that, work on ride number 1. Instead of thinking about rehabbing a whole house, be like, let's work on paint in one room at a time, right? So break it down into manageable tasks. Like, let's say super easy. Your place is a mess. You had a crazy weekend. You had a 2018 Jon Snow weekend, right? Okay. We're finally climbed out of the madness. How do we get after it? Well, we're going to break it down to see that pile of dishes in the sink. We're going to get those cleaned up, old lasagna scraped off, and get the dishwasher loaded up. Okay, that's the simple, manageable task. So if you're feeling unmotivated, take it from a person that has done this many of times. Break down this massive, like, there's no way I can handle it goal and break it down to smaller steps. Okay, so number 3 is finding your why. Why are you doing this? Like this Monday, I was super unmotivated. I was like, I don't want to film this. It's way different. When I'm doing the podcast and I have Dane to bounce off of and we keep the energy up, but when I'm here with you, it's a whole different animal. I am alone with my notes and what I decide what I want to talk about. And sometimes, even on this being week 7, I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. Is anyone even watching these things? But my why is very simple. My why is that I want to help people. I want to be able to vent myself, which helps me. I want to hopefully build an audience. I hope to achieve a goal of being an awesome dude in general, let alone a content creator. That's a very catchy word, but that'd be cool. But I want to improve myself and through my journey, hopefully share some knowledge to other people. That's my why. So now it's Wednesday. I decided before I get to my other task for the day, I'm going to film a video and we're going to get it posted for Friday. Think about how completing any kind of project you may have will improve your career, improve your life, improve wherever you're at. So back to that 2018 Jon Snow of the messy house after a bender weekend. The goal is going to be the peace of having a clean house that doesn't smell like old Papa John's boxes or dishes with old lasagna on it. The goal is going to be that happiness of having an uncluttered, clean house. Okay. Number 4 is use the 5-minute rule. This is save the day before I even decide to make any kind of videos or anything. Like, this is such a helpful thing to do. Say you're making videos yourself, or you're making music, or you're trying to accomplish this massive artistic project. Commit to just 5 minutes to getting started on the project will get you get the wheels moving. Like, think about this. If you try and go push a car, maybe it's dead, you're a good Samaritan and you're helping that person get their broken down car to the gas station up the street. To get that thing rolling is going to be the hardest part of it. But once you get rolling, it becomes way easier. Same thing with how we're getting ourselves out of these ruts, how to overcome lack of motivation. It's just use the 5-minute rule. Starting's the hardest part, right? And after 5 minutes, you'll probably find it easier. Tell yourself, like, you only need to do it for 5 minutes and then you'll quit. Most of the time, once you tell yourself that and commit to that, once you're at minute 5, you're like, you know what? This ain't that bad. I'm going to keep after it. So that's number 4, is just use the 5-minute rule. Number 5 is just seek support and accountability. Okay, we love having cheerleaders in our lives. Like, yeah, you're doing great, man. But you also need accountability. Reach out to your friends, reach out to your family, reach out to your community, or anybody that can offer you support or accountability. Accountability is so big. So the start of this year, 200 and almost 30 pounds, maybe a little bit more. I have a Halo group. We all play Halo, right? And in this Halo group, we have the group text, like who's on tonight, who's doing this. But I don't even know some of these kids, minus being online or, on Halo, or being, through the text messages. But I said, guys, just so I'm holding myself accountable, if I don't check in with you every single day, other than Sunday, that I'm working out, I have to film me doing 50 burpees, or we had something. But it helps so much because I knew that I would, in a way, be letting them down if I didn't check in with myself at the gym. I find it so crucial. Last week's podcast, when I said, we're talking about Tom Brady and consistency, I told you guys that I'm going to stay consistent. And that's putting accountability on my shoulders. I did this a couple years ago and I was all over the place with videos. At least if I'm trying to hold myself accountable, that helps a lot. So I struggle a lot with that stuff. I reached out to people, family, friends, and it's also good to have people that support you too. Even if it's like a couple cats that you trust or family that you trust, they give you a quick message every week, like, hey, I really like it this week. Or having people reach out and motivate you is super helpful. So those are some examples that help me along. But, join a study group, join a fitness class. Sometimes you get those personal trainers that will like text you and stay after you, or, an online community where you could share your goals and help motivate others. So my goal was, I'm done being, especially turning 39. I was like, I don't want to be a mess. Let's get ourselves in shape. And if I don't check in with you boys, you guys can give me hell and stuff like that. That's just 5 quick tips. You know what I mean? So acknowledge your feelings, that it's okay. You're a human. It happens. Number 2 is break tasks into smaller steps. Number 3 is find your why. Number 4, use the 5-minute rule just to get going, get the wheels spinning. And number 5 is just seek support and accountability. But just be kind to yourself. I don't want these videos to come across as being too soft on yourself, but I do want to say that it's okay to be like, hey man, you're trying. Like, I'm giving myself a break for this Monday, dude. I should have had it done and posted, but I'm not going to say to myself, oh, I'm so lazy. Instead, I'm going to say, dude, I had a tough day and I'm going to try my best to be my best, dude. But yeah, that was just a quick video for y'all. I also want to note that this is probably going to be one of the last solo videos where it's just me in front of the same thing that you see me doing podcasts. I ordered some stuff. We're going to switch it up with mics and maybe change up the solo videos a little bit, just so it's a little bit different than just me sitting here talking to you. Sometimes it might work, but I want to switch it up a little bit. Hopefully next week I should have stuff figured out that the next solo videos just have like a little different. Also, a quick show note that this Monday we have Johnny Gibson on the podcast, and I'm really stoked to talk to him. I think we've been changing stuff around, like this pop filter and different settings with gain and stuff like that. So that'll be our first interview podcast dropping Monday at 7 a.m. Eastern. Thank you so much for watching the videos, the podcast, all that good stuff. Yo, we're keeping things positive here. Remember these words that I say on the video, the solo video, that your future is bright. Keep up the good work, praise God often, and keep moving forward and upwards. This was Download the Uplift, and I am Gabriel Mark. We will see you next week, and we'll see you on Mondays, and we'll see you keep going forward, baby, because that's what we do. I don't even care. Ignore the noise, but you're awesome. All right, that's a video. Ka-ching!